Welcome to Uncaged. Today we're speaking with Leszek Lekstan. Now, we are going to be talking about the future or the current state of e-commerce and kind of marketing around all of that. Leszek is the co-founder of PointStory, a company focused on growing brands in the digital space through data-informed storytelling. So Leszek, I'm really excited to talk to you about what you guys are working on at PointStory. Tell me a little bit about you and your career.
That sounds good. So I was actually born in Poland. I came to US as an exchange student. I ended up of all the places, on a farm in Missouri, on a tobacco farm. I spent a few years there. I went to undergraduate college just outside of Kansas City, Missouri. Mm-hmm. And then I ended up getting a gig that really shaped my career. That was with Sprint in Overland Park, Kansas. And I was an intern, started as an intern working on usability research and kind of progressed from there. I stayed in e-commerce for the whole time I was there. I was there for 10 years, but I had an opportunity to really grasp different aspects of the business. So starting with usability research, moving into user acceptance testing, project management, project finance, running the PMO organization, and then eventually working on some special project around operational excellence. And then I had the chance to go to my graduate school. I went to Darden Business School, University of Virginia, for MBA. And that was a fantastic experience. After that, I ended up joining Amazon as it was really a startup within Amazon, focusing on building self-service advertising solution for brands. I stayed at Amazon. I had a really great time for about 3 years. And after that, I launched PointStory, working directly with the brands, yes.
That's great. And I know that whilst Amazon was a little bit late perhaps to the advertising platform party, they have now really flexed their muscles and are doing some great stuff. So I'd love to hear more about what you and the PointStory team are working on.
Absolutely. I think one of the big things that we're seeing in the marketplace, and we hear it from the brands, directly, but we hear it through research, is actually ability to diversify in terms of the platforms. So as you imagine, Amazon is becoming quite saturated with the number of brands and sellers and resellers. And so some of the brands, and we hear it more and more, are really looking to diversify, get into other marketplaces, get to other retailers. And that's been an area of focus for us. It's not an easy path to go through. So what we're working on, and I'm really excited to announce it in the next couple of weeks, is really a white glove service where we enable brands to move onto these new channels and provide them a white glove service where we take care of all the aspects of running the e-commerce business. We take care of building the listings, we take care of logistics, customer service, and of course, advertising. So this is probably one of the biggest initiatives for this year, and I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, I think that's excellent. I mean, Leszek, that is not only a kind of a small growing area for people and for companies today, but really it drives their revenue these days. And so absolutely critical to get it right. But I mean, when you look out at the marketplace for PointStory and what your customers are focused on, what are some of the issues that are really bubbling up right now for them?
Absolutely. So what we've been seeing in the last few months, obviously, are the impacts of the macroeconomic activities. Inflation, I would say the two big things are inflation related and supply chain related. We had majority of our brands had to renegotiate their prices and, obviously increase prices to respond to the rising costs. With that, there's a lot of nervousness for when they're thinking about their media budgets for this year. And we are definitely seeing more focus on margins as opposed to growing the brand. And been a big challenge for us to present opportunity, beyond focusing on margin. So that's one thing that's been a problem. And then the second thing, we still see impacts of the supply chain issues from the pandemic times. We still have brands that struggle to meet the demands of the marketplace. I would say those are the two big things.
Yeah, it's fascinating that it's still a challenge, but noticeable when you use any of these platforms where there's still situations where you get a lot of replacement items put into your basket.
Yes, absolutely.
So, Leszek, I love the space that you're operating in. I am familiar with some of the work that was done in this area early on, but you've obviously looked at this space from all sides. You were at Amazon, now you're delivering solutions for brands. What is it that makes you most passionate about what you do?
I think still to this day, even though, my path kind of changed over time, but I still like working directly with the brands. I do like talking through strategy. Do like talking about things we can meet or ideally exceed their goals. That partnership that we build with brands is really something that gives me a great sense of purpose and joy.
Yeah.
Even though I may not be there day to day, I still meet with the brands regularly that we work with, and I that's probably the highlights. And then on the partnership side of things, I really enjoy working with other companies in the space, creating partnerships and finding ways to service our customers better, really, by expansion of our services.
Well, I mean, the services that you and the team are delivering are really on the cutting edge of what's happening in digital commerce today. When you look forward in 2023, what's on the horizon here for us?
Absolutely. So, I think when I think about this year, I think on a macro level, and obviously it has impact to our individual, objectives. I really hope that this year, we'll start seeing some reduction in sort of this inflation. Really need the customers to regain their purchasing power. I think that's definitely going to help us. That's going to help our clients to get a little bit less nervous about their budgets. But overall, I think it goes back to our big initiatives in terms of omni-channel and multi-channel enablement. This is something that we put a lot of effort, and I'm really excited about that offer to be able to scale that offer. This is a big one for us, and I really hope that we get to introduce it pretty quickly and get some good traction on that.
That's great. Well, Leszek, it's been amazing talking to you about your business. I feel like the type of business that you have, you really are right at that point where you know what's happening with the marketplace. So probably people should talk to you as almost like an economic indicator for how things are going to be going over the next couple of months. If someone wanted to learn more about what you and the PointStory team are working on, or chat with you in general, where's the best place to reach you?
I would encourage people to just reach out directly to me. I'm always excited to talk about things we do, but also talking about what's going on in the greater economy. So Leszek at PointStory.io is my email. It's LESZEK@PointStory.io.
Excellent. Well, Leszek, amazing to chat with you today, and we look forward to having you back.
Thank you so much, Ben. Have a good one.
All right. Cheers.